Do you know who James E. West was? Hey, ScouterStan. Let's talk a little bit about the James E. West Fellowship Award. A gentleman viewer, David, actually wants to know about this secret award. Maybe? Depends on where you are. This might be a predominant donation function of your district or council. This is something that is out there, and a lot of scouters and scouts know about it, but very few know how it actually occurs and who it's about. James E. West is... You can put up the good slide now, okay? All right. James E. West was the very first chief scout executive. Now, he came from a legal background that specialized in child law, and that was really something he was inspired to do. And his life is amazing, and I'll leave it up to you to do a little research on that. It is amazing how he became the first Chief Scout Executive of the Boy Scouts of America. Now, earlier, that's Jim West. That's a character from the Wild Wild West TV show from the 60s. That was one of those trivia questions that was in the survey on our channel. And that's Jim West, played by Robert Connor. So we had, all right, we have fun here. Now, the James E. West Fellowship Award is given to individuals who do a substantial financial contribution to the Boy Scouts of America. Now, qualified contributions can be made in the name of an organization, a company, and or a person. Now, these contributions can be substantial and can be made anonymously. It can also be made posthumously. Now, currently there are 4 levels of contribution awards, and these awards, the levels, can actually be done every year, and you can add them up. They're cumulative. Hey, before we go any further, I want to make sure that you are invited to come to the live meeting. The live meeting is on the first Sunday of each month at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. So please join us. Now, you're going to have to adjust for whatever time zone you're in. But please join us and join in. That's a great way to ask questions, and I'm there to answer them. Also, I want to personally thank all of the patrons on Patreon for their continued financial support. Also, if you would like to become a channel member right here on YouTube, hit the join button and go through that process. It's a great way to help fund what you see here. If you don't want to do a monthly donation, that's fine. We have a thank you button. Just hit the thank you button and make a one-time donation. That is always appreciated. And let's get right back to it. Now, the first level of recognition is the $1,000 contribution. This is known as the bronze. At $5,000 contribution gets you to the silver level. A $10,000 contribution goes to a gold level. And finally, the big one is $15,000, and that is for the diamond level. Now, as I mentioned earlier, all the different levels can be accumulated. So if you do the $1,000 level, get the bronze, and then you do that several more times, and you get to the $5,000 level, that's when you get to silver. So you can accumulate this over time. This can be done as a corporate contribution in the name of someone. It can be done in many different ways. So, and what's neat about it is you get a nice certificate And that's the wonderful thing. And the recipient of the award can wear the James E. West Fellowship knot that they can put on their uniform. So these are wonderful things that Scouters can do. And we do so much for our Scouts. We work so hard and do so many projects and stuff with them. It would be heartbreaking if they didn't have the funds to do Scouting. Scouting is too important to let money get in the way. That is what I've told parents in the past. And so many times when we're recruiting and signing up, especially in at-risk youth areas, we tell parents and says, don't worry about the fee. We got it covered. And they just look at me and say, really? And it says, well, you're just joining. So a lot of times, once you're just joining, it's a big outlay of money, especially if you have more than one kid. So it can be very expensive. So we kind of have this in the back pocket of recruiters so that they can go and help at-risk youth and make sure that they get the help they need. And this money for the fellowship, it is reserved. It is left. It's aside, and it's what's nice about it is they can use it as they need it. That's what's so wonderful about it. That's the wonderful thing about Scouting. Check in your local area how you can get involved in the fellowship, the James E. West Fellowship, or get involved in the Friends of Scouting in your area. Some areas don't have Friends of Scouting, and that's all up to the council. Okay, the council decides that. And sometimes they do a small fee, and that seems to work in some places and doesn't work in others. So it depends on where you are. Check into it. We do a lot for our Scouts, so let's keep up that good hard work, and I'll see you on the trail.